So just tell me if you see something.
Yes, we do.
Okay. Then I'll just start. All right. So thank you for having me. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think you'll forgive me for that. I want to talk about a non-coding superpower today, journaling or bullet journaling, and why it became so important to me, and hopefully why, how you can also use it in your daily life. So maybe some quick facts about me. I'm Larissa. I'm working as a data scientist at Sovanta, based in Heidelberg. I love to play ultimate Frisbee, and I'm also very into reading and writing. So this is like the main reason why I started bullet journaling. I did my bachelor in political science and speaking how to get in tech. Then I did my master in data science, so kind of a transition. And during my bachelor thesis in political science, I was looking for something to structure my university life. So I had a problem that maybe many of you know as well. I had a calendar, a paper calendar, where I kept deadlines and tasks and university related stuff, as well as like thoughts and quick maybe scene sketches or character sketches or doodles. This was my calendar. And then I had a notebook where I kept my story snippets in, my character development of my stories, some short stories. I wrote everything in my notebook. And then I had some more notebooks for university, for other hobbies, for a reading journal, I don't know. So I had a lot of notebooks, and of course I want to have them with me wherever I went. So this was a lot to carry around. And then I had a lot of Post-its everywhere, because whenever I wanted to write something down, I never had the right notebook with me. So I had scrap paper, Post-its everywhere, and I still kept losing track of deadlines and tasks I had to do and university stuff that needed to be done. So I wanted to get rid of all this. And then I discovered bullet journaling. And it kind of solved this situation. I first started with it because I thought it looks really beautiful. I'll show you some examples in a minute. Then I saw, okay, it's really helping. It's structuring my life somehow. I can better plan ahead. I'm more organized. I keep track of everything. And then I discovered, okay, there is also a meaning behind it. Like you're forced to do reflection, and you are forced to ask yourself why you're doing things. So these are examples of bullet journals. You see, they look quite different. Some of them are very artsy and colorful, and some are just clean and clear. You can play around with different scripting types, different images. Here in the top right, you see also, this is one of my bullet journals. So you can just start right away with a pen and a notebook, and you don't need very much else. And I mean, they look pretty different, but the structure just stays the same. You have a daily overview, a daily log it's called, where you keep like your daily tasks and everything. Then you have a monthly log, which is kind of the normal calendar view on your tasks. Then you have a future log, which looks more into the future, like 3 months, even a year, just how long as you need it. And then you have collections dedicated to one topic, for example, a reading list. And with these elements, you just put together your calendar and your notebook just as you need it. And I think it's just great because it's so flexible and adjusting to your needs, basically. So each day you start with an empty page, which is great because you just have the freedom to start each day with a fresh start. Then you plan your day ahead. So you put on with these bullets. That's why it's called bullet journaling. You put the bullets with the tasks you want to do. For example, prep the Pilates talk. Then you have meetings or appointments with a date and time. And then you can also track notes. For example, hey, today there was great energy. I don't know, I just felt great. And you just write it down, just as it comes to your head. Maybe during a meeting or during a meetup, you can just, take notes. And at the end of the day, you sit down and review your day. So what you've done, what maybe needs a follow-up. So there are different signs how to show that, okay, I've seen this task, I've migrated it to a different position because I don't want to flip all through the pages and keep track of open tasks. And this principle of migration is really great because you have your daily tasks and then you review them. And during this reviewing process, you think about, is it still important or not? Do I still need to do this task, or maybe it's not important anymore? And when you see that it is important, you write it into your future log for maybe you need it to do like in a month, or you write it into a collection because it's a book you want to read, or it's a movie you want to see. So you write it into your movie collection. And during this migration process, you automatically do a reflection because you go through your day and reflect how you felt while writing this down or while taking notes. You plan ahead because you know which tasks are coming up when, because you have your future log just as long as you need it. And you reflect on the intention, like, is it still important to me? Why do I want to do this task? Was it just something that others put on top, like put on me, but I don't want to do it? So it's a filter mechanism for your tasks. And it's not solely about the what to do, like keeping track of tasks like a simple to-do list, but it's also the question why you want to do this. And later, after my bachelor thesis, I just figured out that it's also pretty good for coding projects. So I just kept track for when I started a project, I planned ahead, and then I broke it down into several smaller steps I wanted to accomplish. And actually, the creator of the bullet journaling, he's called Ryder Carroll. He also comes from coding, and he kind of transferred this Scrum style into personal projects. It kind of feels weird to treat yourself and your life as a Scrum project, but it works really well. So for example, when you want to learn cooking, you ask yourself some questions. So what's the thing that sparked the curiosity about cooking? You ask yourself, why are you willing to invest time into this? So this is the intention behind it, why you want to do this. Then you ask yourself, what is the goal I want to reach and which requirements I need to have to start doing things. And then how do I define the success of this goal? So for example, when you want to learn cooking, you won't start with a 3-dish, I don't know, fancy cooking project, but you will start with a small sprint, then which gives you a quick feeling of success, like you learn how to hold a knife. And after this, you reflect, was it fun, like cooking a simple meal? Do I need maybe better knives because my old knives won't work really well? And then you build on top of this. And maybe you start preparing a larger meal or something like this. And with all these items together, like the daily log, the monthly log, the reflection, and this project structuring thing, your bullet journal becomes your brain, basically, because you put everything into your notebook that impacts your life. You can also use habit trackers. I don't know if you know about them, where you just color a circle when you did when you exercised, or when you read 50 pages a day, or when you slept well. So you just color out a dot, and it's really satisfying. You can also keep your to-do lists in this bullet journaling. You can scribble during meetups. You can put your doodles in it. I'll take my story notes in it, and I also do some diary. So especially during Corona, when, I don't know, everything just overwhelmed me, I sat down in the evening and just wrote until my head was empty. And this is really helpful because it empties your mind, and it somehow clears your thoughts. I don't know, it just helps writing everything down. And maybe you're wondering what these dots in the background are. So this is the typical paper background that you're using for bullet journaling. So this could just be a sample page from my bullet journal. So if you're interested in this, you can check out those two hashtags. There are also a lot more hashtags around this, because the community around bullet journaling is so big. But there are two things a bullet journal is not. So it's not a competition, because when you check out those hashtags, you will see there are a lot of really, really beautiful bullet journals. Please don't feel overwhelmed when you see that. Those people have years of practice. And it's also not a cage or a judge or something that restricts you, because it's just you and basically your notebook. Just put your thoughts in it and use it, how you need it. But you can check out the homepage and also the book from Ryder Carroll. I think it's really great. And if you have any questions about it, or are thinking to start a bullet journal, or have questions about bullet journaling or diary, just reach out. And thank you for your attention.
That was very lovely. Thank you. We do have we have a time, like I have about 3 minutes for either if someone wants to take a pee break, or if you want to ask something, please open your mic or post it in our chat.
I think there was a question earlier from Rosanna. Do you plan the daily tasks on the same day or prior?
So it depends on the task. So I've set up some rules. For example, I don't know, maybe it's kind of strict, but every second Sunday I do, I don't know, watering my plants or something like that, or every Saturday. So these tasks I plan ahead, because I know when they will come up, but other tasks I will just write in spontaneously when they come up, and then either I do them, they fit in during my day, or I review them and plan them into the next week whenever I have time. So it's really flexible.
Great. Another question here. Can you suggest a notebook you're using for this?
That's a good question. So I'm using Leuchtturm notebooks. They're really great, but you can just use whatever notebook that you want to use. So you can use a blank notebook or a dotted, or just a scrap paper that you have around. Just start using it. It's no restriction there. Everything that feels good to write in, maybe.
I use a Leuchtturm as well, but moleskins are nice as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Another question here: are there any Twitter accounts for this that you'd recommend, or Instagram accounts, like any inspo?
They are a
for your
lot.
feed. Mhm.
Maybe I can collect some accounts later and post them in the chat. I think Pinterest is actually quite good to start because you see the pictures right away and then follow the link to the creators, or just hit Instagram and look for bullet journal and you find a lot of inspiration.
There's a lot of inspiration on Twitter and on YouTube as well, actually. And then like, I think there's a journal with me kind of trend over there. A set of related questions. Have you heard of electronic or digital bullet journals? And there was a question as well about whether you do bullet journaling on paper or digitally.
Yeah. So I transitioned a year ago because I figured out that for some work-related situations, a paper notebook is just not as useful because you want to, I don't know, want something that you can search in. So I started using a tablet with a pen, and I'm using OneNote because it transfers your handwritten notes into searchable text. So this is where I do my work-related notes, and private I just use my analog paper stuff. But I know there are some apps to use on your smartphone that also remind you each evening to do your reflection. But I don't know, I'm personally not into this because I don't like to be reminded about something that should be enjoyable or be just it feels forced to when you're reminded about this, and I don't want to do this.
Yeah. Paloma, what's up next?
Cool. So yeah, while we do the transition, just on one last question, if you recommend some specific channel to check out that you find very inspiring or cool?
I don't have a dedicated or favorite YouTube channel. I don't know, maybe if Marielle has some that you like, but as I said, I can post some links into the chat in a minute.
Cool, thank you very much. It was a lovely
Thank
talk.
you.
And